here.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to a hybrid episode of Shank and the Chelsea Skidmore show.
We're doing another highbrow.
We're doing another highbrow.
Hybrid.
You said highbrow, so I just repeated it.
And then I thought of highbrow.
And then I was like, hi bro, like, hey bro.
Hey bro, we're doing another hey bro. Okay,
Episode.
I already hate myself. That was like so vulnerable.
Why? You took a risk. You took a risk at the
I
beginning
did.
of the podcast. We love to see a risk, Chels. We love to see you just diving in with both feet forward.
Being vulnerable.
She's vulnerable. We're in a pandemic. Okay, let's
I
talk
haven't
about.
been vulnerable in so long.
Really?
No, I've been that was like the most vulnerable I've been in a while because it felt shocking to me.
Like, I'm gonna perform suddenly.
Yeah.
By vulnerable, you mean taking like a comedy risk?
Yeah, like an extroverting like risk. I also want to say I have not taken a Vicodin today, but I just do not feel 100% on.
Because you had your appendix out.
And that's absolutely right.
So let's talk about this.
First of all, did you read Madeline growing up?
Yes.
And that's how I knew what appendicitis was.
That's how I knew, and I was like, damn, I want to get my appendix out.
Me too. That's actually why I went to boarding school.
Because you wanted to get your appendix out?
No, because Madeline, I just wanted to do what she did.
You went to boarding school?
Yeah, in Switzerland.
For how long?
For like 8 months, when I was 15.
Did you love it?
Yeah.
I forgot about this. I knew this.
You know
but I forgot
this.
about it.
You know I went to a chalet.
Oh my god, a chalet.
It wasn't a chalet, but it was beautiful.
That sounds incredible.
It was incredible.
How long were you there for?
I was there for a semester, so it was like 8 months. And I would have stayed longer, but it was very, very, very expensive. And as you can imagine, I mean, the school was filled with diplomats. But my grades were so bad. Like, they were all D's, and my parents were like, okay, like, you're not going to stay there again.
What were you doing?
Well, what I was doing before that was I was doing a lot of cocaine. And
before Switzerland.
yeah, and it was kind of like a time in my life when I was like 15. Was 15 like your craziest year growing up?
15? Yeah.
Like
14,
the movie was 13, but it should have been 15.
14 to 17.
Did you hate your mom then?
I hate it.
Isn't that so weird? I feel like every girl hates their mom from like 13 to 17.
I was a nightmare. I was a bitch.
I was so bad.
I was so bad. I didn't realize I was that bad until my sister was like, do you remember when you were a bad teen? And I was like, I guess I was kind of a bad teen. I would lie all the time.
Of course.
I would drink.
Did you sneak out?
No, I wouldn't sneak out.
You never snuck out?
I would lie. I would say I was going to my friend's house. I'd go to my boyfriend's house.
Yeah,
I'd have
of course.
Do you intricate plans of how not to get caught.
Wait, did you ever wear something under an outfit?
Yes.
I
have
got
another backup outfit.
Dude, so I had a silk, it was like a nude silk lingerie tank top under like a t-shirt, and I was going to the movies, and I have no idea how he must have seen the outline or something, but I don't know how my dad knew, but he goes, hey, come back here, and he ripped my arm like really hard and twisted it. He was a little physically abusive growing up.
Okay.
He was aggressive, and he grabbed my arm and he was like, change out of that top, and I'm like, how did he see it? And to this day, I'm like, how did he know I have that top underneath? But I was gonna like take the top off and be in like the sexy top when I because I used to meet guys at the movies.
Same.
Did you ever?
I got fingered.
That's where I got fingered! Right? Sarah, that's where I got fingered in the photo album. Well, he tried to stick his fingers in my pants, and I said, no, I have a pad on, because I was like 14 or something.
Yeah.
And then it goes, ew, a diaper, and I never wore one again.
No.
Wait, you also got fingered at the movies?
Yeah, first time in the movie Signs.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, you never forget your first finger movie.
No, I got fingered in the movie Signs, and then I couldn't walk for like a week after.
Oh, how many fingers did he use?
I don't know what. You know, like when
it's
you're
so
like
aggressive.
young and you're like you're having like sexual experiences, but they're not good yet.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's a fist.
Yeah, you're like, I think this is supposed to be good, but it's just not. And
Never.
Just, like the movie Signs is playing. Isn't that with like was Mel Gibson in Signs?
Yeah, and with the tinfoil hats.
Osment?
Yeah, it's the inspiration for Sam Tripoli's podcast.
Really?
With the tinfoil No, Haley Joel Osment was in Sixth Sense. Was he also in the second one?
I don't know.
Well, who was the boy? I gotta look this up. We gotta know who the boy was in Signs. Because if he got to come back for a second film, I don't think so. Signs, Mel Gibson. Okay, let's see. Signs movie.
This feels like another lifetime ago, by the way.
I know. Well, it's
like,
2002.
I vaguely remember getting fingered.
74% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, and Rory Culkin.
Rory Culkin.
The other Culkin brother. Not Kieran, not Macaulay, Rory.
Wow.
So that's who the little boy was.
Yeah, well, Catch Me Getting Fingered didn't seem most.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that chick was in it. She's the girl from that show Run.
Well, okay, so let's talk about your appendix.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a little off subject.
I know,
Movie fingers.
I mean, that's me.
And being bad teens.
Very bad. How do we get to the bad teens part?
Switzerland, chalet, boarding school, Madeline.
Thank you.
Appendix.
Good girl.
And she remembers.
So yeah, Madeline. So what happened was this. Last Thursday, I was hanging out at home and my stomach started hurting and I thought it was from something I ate, and like I hate sharing this part, but I ate refried beans.
Okay.
And those like hurt my stomach a lot. Okay. And I ate them 2 days in a row, and like the day before on Wednesday it had hurt, but like only for a couple hours, which I think I only mentioned that because I think that's like the inkling.
The precursor.
Like a little hint.
Okay.
Like something's going on.
Right.
So Thursday then I ate it, and then like a couple hours later my stomach started hurting, and I literally eat food every week that I shouldn't eat. Like I have a sensitive stomach, and like I often get like really bloated, and like, so just assumed it was like another version of that. So I did all my normal things, like I took Pepto, I wore like a heating pad, I drank peppermint tea, but like none of it was making it stop, and it was getting increasingly worse.
Was it a stomach ache or is it a side ache?
So it originally starts in the stomach. So it was like above my belly button, my stomach, like right there.
Stomach ache.
It felt like muscle spasms in my stomach.
Okay, weird.
Yeah. And I was just like, and then it was getting sharper and sharper, and like it was not going away. So I had a heating pad on my stomach for like 7 hours. I should have known something was wrong, you know? And it was getting like sharper and sharper and like really hurting, and like, you know, it's hard to sometimes like distinguish like what's a stomach ache, what's a cramp, what's like this, but I just knew it was like worse than usual. And the fact that it wasn't stopping was like, that's interesting. So I was in bed trying to go to bed, and like it was killing me, and I was like doing everything possible to like try to make it stop, like sleeping in. So I went in like a fetal position, like to get in a little ball, and then I went on my side, and I was like, and it killed to be on my side. And
which side?
On my left side, which is weird because I think the appendix is on the right side, but all my scars are on the left side. So I don't know how my organs were laid out.
I don't really know how any of that shit works.
Yeah, this is just from like stuff I've learned on Google. But so then I threw up. Like I got up and I like threw up from the pain, which was like, and then I was like, that's not right. You know, like something's weird. It was like all bile, and it was just like a horrible feeling. And so this is like kind of the funny part is that Steven, he takes Seroquel, which is like a sleeping medication. And he takes it like after he had a manic episode because it's supposed to keep you from having another one. So he takes it every night, and like he likes it because he sleeps through the night. But like a shitty side effect of it is that like once you take it, you're like out. You're like drunk, asleep, and he gets like really like bratty and like angry. And like if he gets woken up on Seroquel, like he's just like not a pleasure to be around.
Okay.
You know, he's like a spoiled prince.
Yeah.
He gets like very spoiled.
Okay.
He gets like Middle East spoiled.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Like he's on a throne sleeping, and he's like, "Who dare?" Like, So I was telling him the whole time my stomach hurt, and then I was like, it hurts. I was like, Steven, I just threw up. And he wakes up and he goes, what do you want to do? Go to the ER? Like, he was like angry. And I was like, I don't know. For some reason, I think maybe like it won't stop. And he's like, God, you want to go to the ER? Fine, we're going to the ER. He like jumps up. He's like angry. And like, I was just staying quiet because like, there's no like point like arguing or like wasting the energy. Like I felt like I just wanted to like stay calm and like see what was going on, and his reaction was gonna be his reaction. Right. And like he couldn't even, like I drove and I was like doubled over like moaning. No. I forgot to mention I was moaning for like 6 hours going, like that's how bad it was.
But like, okay, so this is my question.
Yeah.
I see on Instagram, I'm up, for some reason I can't fucking sleep, and I see on Instagram that you're in the hospital, and it's like 3 or 4 in the morning.
It was 3 when I posted that.
And it was like hypochondriac,
yeah,
or whatever, starts again, and I'm like, but you weren't. So was there a moment of you feeling like, am I insane?
Yes.
Because I often feel like I'm sick and I'm fine.
Yes. So the funny thing that happened is like I was in so much pain at home, and on the way to the hospital I had so much pain too. Like I was moaning and holding my stomach. The second we walked in there and I sat down in the ER chairs, the pain like went away. Like, you know how like sometimes that kind of thing happens? And then I was like, and Steven was so angry that we were there too. Because he thought I was a hypochondriac. Because I've been there for panic attacks and I thought I was dying and I was fine. Like multiple times at the hospital.
One time I went there and I thought I was dying and I was just constipated. So,
really? Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, you know how like sometimes you're like, do I need to be here? Do I not?
And it's like not a cheap visit.
I'm sure that's why it takes so long at the ER when you're waiting. Because it's like half the people don't need to be there. It was, thankfully, it was like, yeah, there was a couple weirdos for sure. There's always like weird people on drugs there.
Yes, that's what my mom said when she went to the ER last time.
Yeah,
so there's this girl who was like screaming that was running around looking like Amy Winehouse. Any of that?
There's a lot of crazy people. Yeah, there was like 3 people like that. But it was spaced out. We were like nervous to go there, obviously, because of like COVID. We assumed it was like a hot spot. But like everything was spaced out and it felt like emptier than normal, I think. So it like wasn't that bad. But we had to wait still for like 2.5 hours, like just waiting in the ER.
And so Steven pissed at this point.
He was so mad, but I told him to try to sleep, and he was so bratty and angry. And I was like, let's just get in there. So we got there at like, I want to say like close to 1:30. We didn't get in. I didn't get to bed until like 3. And then they didn't really like talk to me until like 6. So by then I stayed completely awake. I was like full of adrenaline and I like wasn't, my body was tired, but my mind wasn't. So I was just like waiting to see what was going on. And Steven was like so angry, like freaking out. He's being like a fucking asshole, honestly. He was like, we're never doing this again. He's like, we're never doing this again. He's like, let's go, let's go. And I only tell this story because it's funny when we actually found out he felt so bad. Sorry for the long-winded story.
No, I want to hear the full experience.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so basically, let me like speed it up a little. So, you know, I told them what was going on eventually, and then they said, okay, let's do a CAT scan. So they wheel me to do a CAT scan. They're like, okay, they pressed on my stomach and stuff, and they're like, well, you know, a couple areas were concerning that it hurt in those areas, so let's do a CAT scan. So they wheel me off, and now I have the IV in, and they like have to put this thing, I forgot what it's called, but they have to inject you with something before you go under the CAT scan.
So they can see all your organs?
Yeah, and it was so uncomfortable, and it felt like so much pressure in my chest, and it was like hot. It was horrible. I hated it. It was so horrible.
Okay.
And then I get out, and everything took so long up until the moment when they got the fucking results back, and then everything just like sped up.
They're like, okay, it's an appendix.
And they're like, okay, you have appendicitis. And like me and Steven were like beside ourselves when we found that out. Because I thought it was like gas.
What did Steven say?
We were just in shock. We laughed. We were just like we were like, it took the words out of our mouth. Like we just like didn't know how to reply. And they're like, so now we're gonna have a surgeon come down and like talk to you and like feel around and see if you need to do surgery. And I was like, wait, what? And like, I did not expect that I was like going in to have surgery. You know, I didn't think I was gonna have appendicitis, but yeah, it was swollen. Surgeon comes in, feels around, I have appendicitis, now they're gonna have to do surgery. So they go, first we have to do a COVID test. And I was like, I don't want to do one. So they did the up the nose one, which I hated. And
was it instant results?
It was like within an hour. And they were like, we have to do this one or else you're not allowed on like the operating like floor, the OR.
The OR.
Where I did a set. And
yes.
so I was just like, I hated that. It was really uncomfortable. But I got out of EM before because I was like freaking out. And what really freaked me out the most was like the doctor comes in and she goes, okay, we're gonna do this. Like, it's like 1 in 10 people get this, like appendicitis. It's no big deal. It's like a super easy procedure. Like, you'll be out of the hospital, like in and out same day. Like you'll be home later today. Like, no big deal. You know, I just have to say like a couple small complications. You know, there's always a chance of bleeding, infection, or in some cases death. Okay, well, I'll be back. And when she said that, like, I just started freaking out. And I was like alone because Steven went home to feed Jagger for like a little bit. I was just hysterically crying. I was freaking out. I was so scared because it's like, I've never had surgery. Have you?
Yeah. Oh, wisdom teeth, that's it.
Yeah, same. And basically, anyways, so I get up there and they give me like anesthesia and all the girls are like super nice and they inject me with like some other like thing too that she said it's gonna make me happy.
Yeah.
And then they like wheel you off. And it was so weird because it was like, you know, in movies, like when you see people getting wheeled off, you see like, you're over, like the shot is staring at the ceiling and you see like the dim fluorescent lights moving through the doors. It's like I had that exact experience.
Yeah.
And it's like almost like you're on your way to like die or something. I have to knock on wood, sorry.
Yeah.
But that like totally freaked me out because I was like, oh my God, this is like exactly that moment that you see in a movie.
Yeah,
you know?
That's so scary. Well, this is my question. That's what I was going to ask you, first of all, because we know that Jagger requires 100%.
He went back twice.
He needs
100%.
Care. He needs
120%.
Care. So, how do you,
He went back to feed him twice because we live 5 minutes from the hospital.
Okay.
So he just popped back like in and out, which was nice.
What do you do if you have to leave for like 6 hours?
Well, I told him he can leave for a little bit, but the whole thing,
I'm just
like,
curious about dog life.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you would leave him or have someone watch him. But like he went home at like 7 and at 1 when we feed him.
Was he, when you leave him for that long, does he like, tear shit up?
Yeah, he ate my the warmer thing. What is it called?
The heating pad?
Yeah.
He ate a full heating pad?
He ate like the cords, so now we have to throw it out.
No.
I'll get a new one.
He's so funny.
I know. So then they put me on like this like cold, they take you off like the table and put you on this like cold like table, you know? And then they like, I just remember them putting the anesthesia over me and they're like, take 2 breaths. And then I just woke up like hours later in like the recovery, like post-op room. And like, I was so sick because I was on liquid Dilaudid.
Oh my God.
It was, and it was like super like intense
so
and it makes me very nauseous. They had to give me like a lot of injections of like the nausea medicine because it wasn't working. And I was like throwing up so much.
No.
And when I woke up, I was like, I know this is crazy, but can I have a teddy bear?
I saw that.
I know.
It was so sad.
I know. And then they go, we don't have one, but we have this. And they gave me a pile of folded up sheets. And, and I was holding the sheets.
That's so sad.
I know. And I mean, I thought I would say something a lot crazier. Like that to me was crazy. I was like, I know this is crazy, but I need a teddy bear. Because I want to hold something. Yeah. And that was it. And then I stayed there for a couple hours and like they wouldn't let me leave until I like peed. Oh, and then the nurses, and this is a big problem that I have right now. The nurses 3 times made a point to say to Steven, her colon is backed up with tons of shit.
No.
And I was surprised to hear that, and I don't care about talking about this, but I shit like 1 to 2 times a day. Like sometimes the shits I take are so big that I send them to people.
No.
Do you want to be on that list?
No,
I didn't think so.
I'm not like a shit person, right? No. I hate talking about
You're a lady.
Shit
You
and
do.
I hate talking about shit and assholes. Those are your 2 favorite subjects.
They're not, but I just
Anal,
talk about
butts, shit. I'll talk about it
You're
lightly.
a lady.
I talk about
Most
it
people
lightly.
don't like to.
But so anyways, so
I'm backed up. So on top of that,
Is
I'm
that
on this
bad?
Vicodin, and I've barely shit in the past week.
it makes you constipated.
Yeah, so now I'm worried. After this, I'm gonna get liquid Dulcolax.
Oh.
I ate prunes yesterday. I have prunes. It's like not
You're on
helping.
a prune regimen.
Dude, I am constipated.
Maybe you gotta take like probiotics.
I am. I'm sorry. I'm pushing your limits.
We're talking digestive tract.
I'm normally not like that. I'm a little shit machine.
She's a little
This
shit.
is so
Are
gross.
you worried about?
I don't like potty humor, but I don't mind talking about shit.
Yeah, you love talking about shit.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I'm a weirdo.
I would rather not.
We don't have to. So that's
Let's
that.
dive
So that's where I'm
deeper
at.
to the shit world.
Have you done an enema?
No.
And now we stop it here, right?
No,
we
I
stop.
haven't.
I did one, but only for anal.
And like, okay, does it help?
I hate them. Have you ever gotten a colonic?
No.
They're so nauseating.
The colonic?
Oh my god.
Does it clean out all the?
Yeah, but I don't think I'd ever want to do one again because it made me throw up and shit at the same time because it was like so. I'm very
Sorry,
sensitive.
I didn't realize it was ayahuasca.
I know. Have you done that?
Ayahuasca? No.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, no. Well, I can't do it because I'm on an SSRI.
Oh, you can't do it with those?
Yeah, I found that out recently, actually.
Huh.
You can't because
That's so interesting.
it's really bad for your serotonin levels.
So then how does all of Los Angeles do it?
Literally, I don't know, but I watched this. There's this documentary on Netflix called Unwell, and they explore different types of medicine and different things like that. And one of the things was ayahuasca, and I watched it. And on that doc, I found out that you can't trip on ayahuasca and be on an SSRI. And I think that that's something that a lot of people don't really.
I was just gonna say that. I feel like a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, and that's something that kind of makes me nervous, especially because people get so experimental.
Totally.
Especially in LA. And
So I mean, I know so many people who do it.
Who do ayahuasca and they're on medication.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely like something you want to research before just doing.
Totally.
But yeah.
But I think if you do ayahuasca, you're not doing that type of research. You're more so like researching like your shaman.
You're just listening
your
to Terrence
location.
McKenna and you're right.
Who's that?
Terrence McKenna is a psychedelic philosopher who has a lot of insight about that he gained from psilocybin.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got clinical there.
He's highly intelligent.
So, no,
highly intelligent.
When you say psilocybin, I said you got clinical.
Yeah,
Do you remember that website,
psilocybin.
Airwid? Did you used to go on that drug website, airwid.org?
No.
It was like a website that like people used to go on in like middle school and high school that told you about like drugs and experiments and stuff. Different like types of drugs and like how they made you feel, like every drug.
Well, would you like, I remember there was this ecstasy diagnosis website where you would take the pill and you would like look up
at the stamp
things. Yeah. And like, it's a purple alien.
It's a double stack happy face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a purple alien. It's about to make me fucking lose my mind.
Yeah, I snorted nutmeg one time. Because
What?
that website was like saying if you snort nutmeg, it gets you fucked up.
No.
Mm-hmm. This is like in
Did
high
it get
school.
you fucked up?
I don't think so. But I kind of feel like it made me feel like I was on a canoe paddling. But I don't know if it was like a
seems like it made you fucked up.
I don't know if it was like a placebo thing though.
I snorted nutmeg and I felt like I was on a canoe.
I remember that
paddling,
imagery.
but it didn't work.
I think it did. I don't know. I can't remember.
It smelled like
Or maybe
pumpkin
that's what
bread.
I read about someone else. Maybe they felt like they were on a canoe.
It smelled like pumpkin bread in my nose.
That's so funny.
I mean, what? That's crazy, Charles.
I
How
know.
old were you?
It was like 14 or
Did you
something.
look a frog too?
No, gross. But like I used to always experiment. Like, did you drink Robitussin?
By accident, I got really
The
high
whole
on
bottle?
it. I was really sick, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna get like I'm so congested, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize that I had taken
Robotrip.
so much, and I was in the car, and things were like I had to pull over.
You were driving?
Yes,
That's dangerous.
I didn't realize that I was high until I was already in Silver Lake, and everything started.
The place to be.
Yeah, of course, especially when you're high on Robitussin.
Exactly.
It's bustling with hipster
Bustling.
energy, vintage finds,
Wow.
artisanal beverages, small coffees.
I was just gonna go for coffee, a coffee
Yes.
reference. Wait, I used to drink the entire bottle to get fucked up. Like me and my friend would like, we did like have little parties and we'd drink the whole bottle. And I remember I disassociated. Like I saw myself looking down on myself.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
No, it was crazy. I did it at school one time.
You were high on Robitussin at school?
Of course. I was always high. I was always experimenting.
And what else did you experiment with?
Mushrooms.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah, Robitussin though is like the big household one.
Yeah, the Robitussin. Anything else household that you snorted?
Fuck, what else?
Did you huff?
Nothing comes to mind. I mean, yeah, of course.
You did?
Yeah, of course.
What
you know,
do
the
you
whipped cream thing.
You
too.
did? You got high off whipped cream?
Well, you know, the bottle, what's in the bottle. I can't think of words right now.
What's that? Whatever.
Nitrogen?
Whatever.
Nitrous oxide?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't think very well. Day 1 of no Vicodin.
So she was huffing whipped cream.
Yeah, the whipped cream, but that's really dangerous.
Were you snorting that?
Of
like,
course.
what about
yeah,
you were?
glue.
You were?
That's like 4th grade shit, though.
In 4th grade?
Yeah, I remember this.
I love the smell of like a paint pen. You know the pens that you shake?
Oh, yeah,
and they make that noise. It's like
yeah,
and then like it's like a liquid
it didn't sound like that.
Comes out.
Yeah. That's what
you know, fed the gremlin after midnight.
Wait, that was so funny and crazy.
That you did that and then I
no,
did it
that you did it.
back.
I don't know why it looked funnier watching you do it.
Well, you did it to me. And
I think it was out of character.
You weren't expecting me to do it back.
No.
Also, Chelsea sent me 37 cents. When I got the notification, I was like, I think she's just fucking with me. Because she sent it and then it said laughing my ass off, LMAO. And I was like, I took a screenshot.
I was just being
what
weird.
is this for? And then you're like, just being weird. And I was like, that's what I thought.
I did that to you, to Leah, and to Steven. Just to be random.
Who'd you send the most to?
You and Leah got 37 cents and Steven got 13.
Ooh. Why 37 and 13?
I don't know. It was just like the number that felt funny to me.
30.
It's just like not a lot. Not a lot, but just like enough to be like, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely enough to be like, did she mean to do this?
I don't think I've been getting high on Vicodin, but I've been doing weird things like that.
What else? That doesn't seem like you were not high.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like the Vicodin, like I don't like Vicodin. I'm not like a painkiller person and I haven't been abusing it. I've been taking like only 3 a day or 2 a day, you know? And like 1 every 6 hours. It's not like enough to get me like high. And like it was mostly been covering like the pain feeling where there's nothing left for like a mental thing or like a euphoria or like a shift kind of like in how I like felt like psychologically kind of thing. But but like it definitely like I think like, you know, I took it for like 3 days and I'd say on like the 4th day is when like I started to get a little weird by like sending the Venmo, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, is it like in my system? So you can even explain it.
But also
trying to
you're
sound
kind of
smart
weird to begin with.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like you might have just
I would have done that anyways.
Not on Vicodin.
I would have done that anyways.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, that's some regular. Don't blame it on the Vicodin.
All right. Yeah, that's just me being me.
That's just
me.
Being you. I see you cooking.
Yeah, I've been cooking.
Post-pandemic.
I had to make the video.
I mean, not post-pandemic, post-appendix.
I made a creamy miso pasta. I suggest you make it.
So good.
It's so good. It's really easy too.
I could watch
it's really
the video.
good.
I saw what you've been doing.
Yeah, you can make it. It's like, that's something anyone can make, and it's just like good and delicious. Like, I'm just craving pasta right now.
I love pasta. Well, what about, are you allowed to eat whatever you want with your appendix?
No, I'm supposed to eat bland foods, but I've been cheating.
Bland food?
Yeah, I'm supposed to eat like, you know, like a brat diet kind of thing.
Oh.
But
bread,
that doesn't
rice.
apply to me. Yeah, like bread, rice, and...
What is the A?
Applesauce? I don't eat applesauce though.
When you said applesauce, you kind of said it with the New York accent.
Yeah, because I say sauce like that.
You say sauce like that?
Yeah. I don't say coffee, like I say coffee, but like sauce, I say sauce. It's like
what
the
about
A's
the color that
have
comes after red in the rainbow?
red, orange.
Yeah. You say orange. You don't say orange.
Do you say orange?
My mom does.
Oh, is that in New York? But some things are like certain, I don't know if they're also like an East Coast thing. I think they're also like
a part of where you
grew up.
That's a good Queens.
Because some people say fire or like fire.
Fire?
But I think that's just like a weird. I think that's like
weird?
if someone said tomato. Like, do people
Nobody
say
says
tomato?
No, nobody says tomato. If somebody says tomato, you automatically judge them.
Wait, you know how that thing goes tomato, tomato, let's call the whole thing off? That's someone who got embarrassed and they're like, oh, let's call the whole thing off.
Because they say tomato.
Wait, you know how that's like a thing? Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, let's call the whole thing off.
No, I don't know that part of the song. I really don't know.
Well, I'm realizing the part that says let's call the whole thing off is someone who got embarrassed and they're like, but they made it into the song and they got embarrassed and they're like, oh, let's call the whole thing off.
Is that really part of the song?
Yeah. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, let's call. I don't know. Are there other lyrics or is that just
I don't even know the song.
Let me look.
I thought it was just a saying.
Is there a song?
Or did you just make that up? What about
Tomato, tomato.
my favorite thing to do is
song.
pronounce cucumber wrong.
How do you say it?
Cucumber.
Wait,
And
can I
then
play
go to
this?
the grocery store.
Cucumber?
Do you have any cucumbers?
You do that?
Just for fun.
Wait, just for you?
Yeah.
That's odd. Wait.
I thought that you would appreciate it. Some weird shit you would do.
That's crazy. Wait.
I didn't know the potato.
You're right.
You say laughter and I say
Yeah.
laughter. You say after and I say after. Laughter, laughter, after, after. Let's call the whole thing off.
So that's Fred Astaire and Ginger
Okay,
Rogers.
first of all, such a funny reference. Normally they're dancing, Ginger and
These
Fred.
people? Is that right?
Yeah, Fred Astaire, one of my favorite things to do is get high and watch him dance.
He
He
really? Well, here's a dancing
watch
video.
him dance.
Sorry.
He
Oh,
does
the
the thing where it
ass.
looks like he's dancing on air.
Forget this.
Fred
I hate
Astaire
that.
dancing on air. You gotta watch like a little clip.
Right now?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like tap dancing. It's crazy. If you
Fred
haven't seen him
Astaire
dance
dancing
with
on air.
and his
Dance
dance partner was Ginger Rogers.
on
He also
air.
did Singing in the Rain.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like musicals?
When I was a kid, I used to watch one musical over and over again. I haven't seen it since childhood. It's called
Wait, which one? I'm
uh,
not seeing it.
click that one.
Oh.
Too Hot. Or wait,
Hmm.
I don't know. But basically, his dancing is insane.
I'm gonna just turn the volume down.
Yeah, turn the volume down. Skip to the
Wait,
middle.
when did you what musical did you watch
Look
over
at
and over
that.
again?
It was like 7 brides and 7 brothers. You can't tell here, but basically,
When are they gonna pick it up?
their dancing's insane. You could watch it all day long.
That I could stop watching it now.
Right?
No, I can stop watching
You
it.
hate it. You hate
You
it.
can watch this all day long?
I could watch this all day long, yeah.
Wait, that's so cute.
And there's like they're tap dancing. I have tap
Let's-
shoes upstairs.
let's hear it. Of course you do.
You have no desire to watch that?
No.
I can't stop.
Wait, how long can you spend lost in this?
I've watched like hour and a half long movies.
Are you serious? Wait,
Yeah.
did you dance growing up?
Yes, I did.
Tell me.
I was not good. I did ballet.
Wait, if someone's bad at tap dancing, are they just too clunky?
I feel like
Like
tap
it's
dancing
like
I'm not
like
bad at.
someone's
I
like
have
stop,
tap
stop.
shoes. Well, I could do a kickball chain outside later for you.
What is a kickball chain?
I don't know.
Wait,
But I
you
have-
okay? What
I
did you
have
do?
Tap shoes.
I did ballet and tap.
I did ballet, tap, jazz,
I did
ice
jazz.
skating. That's not dance, but I did ice skating
At
for
the
a long
Pickwick?
time. No, at Isoplex, which is closed now. It was in Northridge, and then Irish step dancing.
What?
The
What?
Irish step.
You did that?
Yeah.
See, I stand up and do it. I just saw you One Direction. Do you remember how to do that? Are you Irish? Black Irish?
No, black Irish. I am Irish.
Yeah, like black Irish though, because you're
Who's
brunette.
black Irish.
Well, it's like there's like Irish and black Irish, and I think Irish is
black
like
Irish.
red hair and blue eyes, and black Irish is
Oh.
like Colin Farrell, like brunette.
Well, actually, my grandma was redhead with like milk white skin.
That's why you have reddish skin. I mean hair.
Reddish hair.
And I have reddish hair.
My natural hair color has red in it.
Because my grandma has red hair too.
Both of my grandmas have red hair.
She doesn't have red hair, I don't think, straight up, but I think she has reddish, and I have reddish. And whenever people are like, "Oh, you have red coming out in your hair," I get angry for some reason.
Me too.
I'm like, "Shut up!"
Yeah.
It's just like, what did I say?
That's how I feel. Also, my grandma met someone at the assisted living.
She's there right now.
And she's there. She said to my mom, "I did meet someone, and he just so happens to be a doctor."
Oh. Well, he's not practicing, but it still holds up.
Yeah.
Wow, the doctor title
And
really carries you.
Yeah, and then she was like, she went to go get her hair done for the first time.
To see him?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you got your whole thing from.
Yeah. She's always
Wait, that's
ready.
so cute.
I guess. She's also went to Nordstrom's to buy face makeup during the pandemic.
Oh, you've told me about her. She's always fabulous.
She's fabulous.
What's her name?
Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
She's wild.
Oh my god. How old is she?
89.
Love it.
Had a facelift at 80. Looking great. You know
Wow.
what I mean?
Is she
So this was
local?
the day- Yeah.
Love it.
She's
Do you
a-
ever
she's
visit
a
her?
local
I don't want
girl.
to set you up to look bad, but do you
No,
ever visit her?
not with COVID.
Yeah.
Thanks for setting me up to look
I
bad.
mean, because sometimes we don't visit our grandparents. Well, I have my grandfather is like 98.
That's crazy.
I don't go down there a lot. But
Yeah.
they're Newport Beach.
Close.
I just went down recently. You know what was a really cute moment? So my grandfather just like sits in his chair listening to jazz music all day,
That's cute.
like stationed for like all day long until he goes to bed.
Uh-huh.
And like I feel like he's not like laughing that much. You know what I mean? Because like my aunt and uncle have like a lot of drama and they're always like fighting around him. So I feel like he just kind of sits there and like tunes them out.
Yeah.
And I went over there and I had my mask on, so I felt like I could be vulnerable. Because it's like, when you have your mask on, you can be extra vulnerable because you can't quite be seen.
And
It's kind of like Batman.
Yeah, you're incognito.
So I took his like walker and I just started doing all this like physical comedy stuff, like some real Charlie Chaplin shit.
Uh-huh.
And he was like laughing so much and like everyone was like shocked because he like never like laughs really like that. And it just felt like I was like giving a gift. And I know that sounds like
I love that.
I don't want to sound like I'm like so into myself, but like it was like a moment, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what comedy is for.
Yeah, and then it felt like, I don't know, it just felt like a special moment, like, because he's kind of like, I don't know if he's like dying, but like he's
old.
really old. So like to like be able to like make him laugh and like feel good just felt like so rewarding.
Nothing's more rewarding than making somebody laugh,
Yeah, it feels good.
right?
Yeah, it's a good day.
Would you rather somebody tell you that you're ugly or not funny?
I don't know. I mean, I think being funny is better.
Yeah.
It always hurts to hear that you're ugly, but being hurt not funny, I'm like, that's just your opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like at a certain point though, you just get so desensitized to other people's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
At
Yeah.
least that's what I'm trying to
Well,
work
the
on.
funny thing, it's like not everything is for you, but like the physical thing, it's just like,
But also,
are you the judge of everything? Because it feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also I like how when you say you're being vulnerable, it means you're taking a performance risk.
Yeah. Do you have one?
Performance risk.
Are you gonna do your Irish
trying
dance?
to take? No.
Is that your opera attempt?
I don't know what that was. I just was like, are we doing
I wanted to
this?
hear more.
You could do voices.
Did you ever do voice lessons, like singing lessons?
No, that's the one thing that
Okay, me too.
I really want to do.
Okay, I secretly want to do it.
I want to get a mic. I had one, but it wasn't good. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna walk around the house. Yeah. And like this is what I think though. I truly think, because this is what I've heard, if you could just learn how to imitate what the noises they're making.
Yeah. I think it's like you learn how to like open your vocal cords and use them
Do a
and
singing lesson on the pod.
I would love to.
Who
But you
we
can
bring
use
in?
I don't know, we'll look it up. But you can use your voice in like different ways you haven't used before, you know?
Yeah.
That's like I'm playing a trombone. Do you know what I mean? Like for some reason that's not vulnerable to me, but the other thing I did was.
What?
Like whatever I did up top. I
I
can't
don't remember
remember
what
because
it
I'm
was.
kind of melting down inside.
Something like that. You're kind of melted down inside.
Yeah, I'm like getting lightheaded. How long have we been going?
40.
It's fine. I can
We
keep
can wrap
pushing.
it up.
No, let's stay with the
overdo
vulnerable.
it.
I know. La 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 la.
But why? Is
Oh yeah.
that?
So when
Why
I was
is-
younger, I'd
yeah.
always be singing.
Okay.
You know, like probably like the skin. I can't sing well right now because my throat is raspy from the breathing tube. Not to brag, I just want attention. But I used to sing all the time, and sometimes I have a good voice. Like sometimes, like I'll just be singing, and people will go, "Wow."
Yeah, but when you do that,
And then I'm
doesn't
like,
that feel good?
it's so good, and I'm like kind of
You
slipping
hit
it
a
in to
note.
be like, what if I like am on point today?
Yeah.
I actually think it happened with us on a past podcast. I think one time at the store I like sang and you were like, wow, and I was like, yes.
There's nothing better than when you open your mouth
Yeah.
and something comes out and it doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah, and I do that around the apartment and Steven's like, you're good. But like sometimes it's just, I'm just not good at all. But sometimes there's something potentially there.
Okay.
So I was doing it when I was younger. My mom goes, Chelsea, do you want voice lessons? And I go, no. And I was hoping she would go, come on, but she didn't. And then I just like never got them and I was like, fuck.
You know when you're a kid and someone's opinion of your performance changes
Your life?
Yes. What is that?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I have my feet
It's
just
like
on
when
here.
you're a kid and you want to be a performer and somebody doesn't like the way you perform
Yeah.
or negatively comments on it or you have an amazing performance. It like
Well, I had that when I went to a casting, a child acting agency when I was younger, and my resume had like a bunch of extra work on it because I was doing extra work when I was 12, you know, and she goes, "Who the fuck do you think you are, Drew Barrymore?" And like I've been so uncomfortable with acting ever since.
who the fuck do you think you
Yeah,
are? Casting
that's what she
director
said. No, a child acting agency. She goes, "Who do you think you are, Drew Barrymore?"
Or are you smoking and doing coke?
No, I just went in there like being me. I don't know why she said that. And it's like it ruined my life. And then also my mom said, maybe acting just isn't your thing. But I think she has her own issues.
Well,
and she
totally,
projected
but that's-
onto me.
that's literally
But like, so
every
I've
parent.
had, I know. So like I
You just
never,
project.
I think I've never felt like confident about like acting stuff because of all these like little things growing up.
Well, I felt confident about acting stuff, but not singing stuff.
Dude, me
I
and
remember singing my mom being
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you have my voice, honey."
see, but like that's
It's like,
those
no,
little.
That's your shit.
It is. It
I
is.
have a good voice, and you're
No,
fucking
and it's good
killing
for you
it
to know
inside of
that.
me. It's like
Yeah.
I listened to this talk.
What did your mom want to sing?
Well, obviously.
Because if she wanted to sing and I would,
She never
excuse me, I like you, Debbie, I really like you. But oftentimes, like parents do that when they wanted to do something,
and
they're like, you can't have it either.
yeah, well, I don't know.
I
She
feel
never
bad
said-
saying that.
No. We're having an open
Because she's been an
conversation.
ally.
We love her. She's not gonna listen. What were you just talking about?
Singing?
Oh no, I
La, la,
listened
la,
to this. I listened to this talk. It's by Alan Watts. It's about the different types of love. It was really interesting. But in this talk, he talks about how it's really important for kids when they're young to have teachers who encourage them and
Yeah.
give them a chance to play. Because if you have one experience with the wrong teacher at an early age, it can discourage you from doing something that's supposed to be in your life path. So, you know, for instance, like if someone wants to learn how to play the piano and they naturally know how to play the piano,
Yeah.
just naturally, sometimes that happens, and then a teacher comes in and sits down and goes, "You're doing it wrong." That can establish fear in the child,
Totally.
and then they'll never touch the piano again. So it's about trying to like transcend those experiences and trying to find the right teachers for things. And I think that really is true. Because
Yeah.
for me, I mean, growing up like math and stuff like that,
You're good at?
no, not good at. Were you good
No
at?
one's good at math.
Not,
A few people, not us.
yeah, were you bad?
2 and 2 aren't good.
What did you?
Horrible. What
What?
did I get on my SATs? An 880, Sarah. At a 1600. What did you get?
You got an 880
Correct.
in the math.
Everything. The whole SATs.
Total.
Yeah. I didn't study and I was drunk when I took them. I had a water bottle filled with vodka and I was like, fuck the SATs. And I thought like everyone was with me, but no one was with me. I was like, right guys? And like, I was like, fuck this. Like, I was just on my own thing. And everyone else like went to good colleges.
I got tested really low in math. but I made up for it in English,
Yeah.
so I was able to go to like a decent school.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my math
What was your score, Sarah?
right under 1100.
Oh, that's very good.
Not really.
Seems good.
Well, you know, it seemed good.
Compared to 880, it's good.
Yeah, but then there's people who have like 14.
Dude,
65.
Leah
All my
got
friends,
almost like a 1600.
That's
Or like a 1400 or something.
She must be so good at math.
I think she might be really smart.
When people are really smart.
She almost got perfect on the math.
No.
Yeah, and it's like, you creep. Just kidding.
That's insane.
I know. I'm so bad at math. But wait, did you have that experience with an instrument? Because I did. And we took music class, or music, like, you take like an instrument.
Uh-huh.
And like in small groups, you choose an instrument and then you're like doing it with like 5 people or something. Like with the teacher. And I chose the drum pad. I wanted to learn the drums. And the first class, he said, Chelsea, you're so bad. Just stop. Just stop. Don't come back. And I never went back. And I never picked up an instrument again.
See, that's the problem.
And I knew it was fucked up and it made me feel so bad, but it was like, it's been decided. I couldn't believe he said it was only 1 class.
But then
I could have got
you
the
gotta
hang
get a
of
drum
it.
pad.
Huh?
You gotta get a drum pad.
I was going to, but I don't know. I'm kind of over it.
Jagger
Jagger?
would not like that.
He might be like, what is that?
He'd bark at it.
If it's an appliance, he'll bark at
He
it.
doesn't like any type of unnecessary equipment.
Were you encouraged with anything in your life from like a child throughout your life?
What do you mean?
Like, I'll give my example, and I don't
Okay.
want to brag, but like, you know, I do feel like the only thing I was encouraged about in my life was writing. So like, I was always in writing classes, and I always was like writing stories, and I took creative writing classes, and like those were and I wrote for all of the newspapers and stuff, and like my parents encouraged me and the teachers, and like those that was like, I was like a big troublemaker, but the only thing I was encouraged about was writing. And growing up also, my parents would go, you're a writer. So I was like, okay, I'm a writer. So like, I have nothing around it. Like, I don't have any like insecurities around it. I don't have any like I feel like very healthy about it, but I know it's because I was encouraged so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like if anyone was encouraged about anything, like they would feel so good about it.
Yes. I mean, I always did acting class when I was a kid.
You're very good.
Performances, performing on stage. Just wanted to be in a movie. Didn't want to go to fucking high school. Didn't want to go to college. I just wanted to go in the real world. I was like, just get on camera already.
Seriously.
And
personality.
yeah, and they encouraged me up to a certain point though, because I think they were hesitant about they didn't want to have a child actor, which in hindsight I'm grateful for.
Growing up in the valley too, I'm sure that was like popular.
Yeah, there's kids that would miss school all the time. The first guy to finger me was
Who was his dad, you know?
Yeah.
When we filmed the Gold family like cult thing, me and Steven always talk about how much you blew us away. We talk about it like every couple months.
Really?
You were incredible, and you just like, you know, I didn't like know you very well then, but like I remember I was like, I can't believe she just came into this thing without knowing any of the other actors or the other people very well. Like you probably knew a couple people, but like you 100% just lost yourself in that. You had an experience.
I know.
And I was like, what the fuck?
No,
Like that was great. It was incredible. It was exactly what we needed, but it like superseded my expectations. It blew me away. Like you lost yourself in a role, and you had no like ego attached to it, which is like what it's all about.
I mean, before I did stand-up, I was obsessed with acting. I just wanted to act. I then decided from taking an acting class that I was going to do stand-up, and then I just started stand-up and never really went back to acting, but I do want to go back to acting.
You have to.
I love it. I mean, before I did stand-up, I did this indie movie that's terrible, but I played a heroin addict in it, and I was the lead, and it was like 4 weeks, no pay, fucking 12 to 16-hour days, and I was playing like this heroin addict, and I remember I got pulled over and I had a fake track mark and like fucking dark circles under my eyes, and I was like into it, and I was like so into the role, and I was like writing, like journaling as the character.
I love
just
it.
fully immersing myself in that world. And then I think from stand-up I got so rigid in, oh, I'm a stand-up, but stand-up takes so much of you
So much.
that I haven't really been back in
So
the
nice to have a
acting
break.
stuff. Enjoying it. I mean, okay, also
We all
the
are.
gardener. I mean,
Enough.
does the gardener want to get on the podcast?
Enough. It happens. Yeah, you gotta get back in. You were like, you really blew me away.
I'm probably going to. I was taking a few Zoom
Oh, yeah, how was
acting
it?
lessons. It's good. I just have to really fully commit.
Yeah.
You know?
Is there something holding you back? Is there fear? Is there fear of success? Is there fear of failure? What's
kind
the
of
problem,
like
Sarah? Because you're great.
The next steps. It's like, I don't know. I need to do something that shows my acting.
To what?
I don't want to be on doing TikToks.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you should get in a class that's going on.
Yeah, I have my acting coach. I can do more Zooms with him.
But it's good to do stuff with other people too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you also learn from watching.
Yeah. Maybe a short.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that Meisner program for 2 years and it was such an incredible experience and it helped me so much and like it helped me so much in life. Like it taught me empathy and I don't say that as like a sociopath.
That's one of the things I have a problem with the acting stuff.
What?
The level of vulnerability that is required
Me too.
to literally do a good job.
Yeah.
You have to let yourself go places that you don't
You gotta do
necessarily-
Meisner.
that you don't want to go.
Totally.
And you have to do it to convey the emotions of the character in a good way. And it's a fucking commitment.
Yeah.
And-
It's a lot.
And it gets to be a little overwhelming.
Well, it was like hard for me because like I don't like to be vulnerable and like I very much am like guarded and have my shield up. So like, yeah, it's going to be a journey for me to like open up like more and more and more. But some people were just like really naturally incredible at
When
it.
I was a kid, I had Pride and Command. I was
Yeah.
having accents all the time.
Totally.
This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was more free in that
Mhm.
way. 'Cause
Well,
I
a lot of people are more free when they're younger
Mhm.
as like child actors because you don't like think about like the stuff that
The
you're not
stuff
like worried
that's
about what
fake.
other people think about you.
Yeah.
That's why like child actors are like so amazing.
Yeah. Until they get
Like anyone could have been an ET. No, I'm just kidding. No, those kids were incredible.
Have
Have you ever watched the ET audition tape for that little boy?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
I should watch that.
Oh my god, it's so cute and
Stranger
sad.
Things, acting in Stranger Things. Did you watch that?
I watched the first
Did you
season.
like it?
Well, I'm not like a fantasy person, you know?
I fucking loved it. And
Yeah.
I don't even normally think that I'm a fantasy person.
Yeah. It was cute. Like I enjoyed the first season, but I didn't feel like coming back for a second. Did you watch the other ones?
I watched the second season and I lost interest and then I didn't watch the third.
You know they're doing a pop-up in LA, like of
We're
the
really
under.
tired of the pop-ups. We're really fucking tired of
Yeah.
the pop-ups. What do you mean? A pop-up?
A pop-up of like the underside or what's it called, the underworld, underbelly,
Yeah. I
Under
don't know
something?
what it's called.
something's under Australia.
It's upside down.
Yeah. They're doing a pop-up of the upside down world.
Where?
I don't know. I just saw it on social media.
I'm talking shit, but I'm for sure headed down.
Of course you're going.
Catch me at the drive-through pop-up. Is there a
Yeah.
drive-through?
I don't know. I didn't click on it because I didn't care.
Oh, it's so weird. I mean, like, the fact that we're still...
It was
fully
marketed to me, and I
functioning-
was like, nope, not clicking.
Oh.
And I'm learning all about that from The Social Dilemma.
The Social Dilemma is a documentary that just came out on Netflix talking about how basically our internet is curated to us based on advertisers' research.
Yeah, like advertising and like emotions, and they're trying to trigger and control your emotions.
Right.
And like it just shows how addictive it is. I mean, that's like none of the stuff they discussed was like a surprise, you know, because I feel like I generally know all of that. But like it is crazy how addictive it is and how they do like little things to like trigger you to like come back and like
Oh, they do all the things to trigger you.
I know. Yeah,
Shaking
yeah.
in the middle of the night, just waiting for a fucking
It's
dopamine
crazy.
hit from a like.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I think that's our episode.
Yeah, we just kind of did. I look like sick?
No, you did
Did I get
great.
pale? Was
no,
I like,
you did great. Hold on, let me give you one thing and then we'll wrap up.
Sarah?
Just this.
Is that your dad's workout bag?
No, this is this is where I put my podcast.
Shut up. Oh, what? What? Thank you.
A pair of socks
Oh my god, thank you so much.
from Oh Yeah Socks.
I love these. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Head to ohyeah.com, discount code SARA10, SARA10 for 10% off. They also have masks, bandanas, They have Mr. Rogers socks, Bob Ross socks, etc., etc. Make sure to subscribe, rate, and review Shank and the Chelsea Skidmore Show.
Please
Share with your
check us
friends.
out.
Follow
Thank
me
you.
at Princess Shank on Instagram, Twitter.
And at Chelsea Skidmore.
Bye.